Greetings, midday greetings. Wonderful midday greetings to you. I am expecting that all things are well, but if they're not, I send you strength, light, and love wherever you are, and that you, for the replay visitors, peace and blessings, as well as for those who are catching this on YouTube. I'm Sanahara Ama Chandra, and before we get started, I want to anchor in the energy in our space. So, anchoring in the energy of the east, of the air, anchoring in the energy of the south fire, anchoring in the energy of the west water, anchoring in the energy of the north earth. As we anchor into those energies, connecting into our heart, the air, fire, water, and earth, connecting with our heart, our spirit fire, sending light, love down into our earth, connecting in with our earth, all of its inhabitants, all of our relations, and going up, 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 tops of our crown, and connecting in to the energy of source, to our sun, to the beginning, to all that is, connecting in through our higher self. And as you feel these energies right now, I'm going to swirl them around me. And then I'm gonna watch them swirl the opposite way as I breathe out. And breathe back in. And then I'm gonna breathe out and go the other way. And so, after doing that little exercise, I'm gonna connect my heart to yours, and just so grateful to be here with you. So grateful. Let's clear this off my screen, okay? So grateful to be here with you this, beautiful Saturday. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics on this 21-day journey of wholeness, to wholeness, in wholeness, and thoughts that remind us of how we are whole on love. It's my favorite. It's one of the hardest ones. But to connect into love, and the knowing that I am love, and that the only things that separate me from love are things within me, stories or things I have not yet accessed or seen or witnessed, been demonstrated to, or been the demonstration of love. So it's interesting that love would come today on day 19. In fact, I already know what the next 2 days are going to be about, because they are very lofty kind of principles along with love. And love can be a really hard one for many of us, right? Love can be really hard for all the reasons. All the reasons that love is so good, for all the reasons. And many of the ways that love becomes hard are about things in us that get in the way of our experience of love. We have things in us that get in the way of our experiencing of love. Some of those things are definitely past experiences that are real or true, that were traumatized and that caused harm. However, I'm here to tell you that if you can access love through your heart, love through whatever ways that you can find the channel to unconditional love, you can find a light that will pull you through. At least that's been my experience. I know that we all have different experiences. And so, take it or no, it's okay. It's okay. But if you are in any way like me, I have found that on my journey towards healing, it was the kindness of people. It was the compassion from myself, compassion from others. It was the path of gratitude for being thankful for the fact that I'm still here, So many things to be grateful for, so many things to be thankful for. As I began to create relationship with what was most important, the things that would be devastating to my heart if I didn't have time. So many moments where I was so grateful that I found a way to connect in a loving way with someone before they left. So many ways where I found people coming to me and sharing with me what was going on with them as they felt and dealt with the energy of love and regret. Most of the time we regret the love. Now, I'll say that for some people, as they are on their journey of love, there will be those moments in which you say, it hurts so much and I can't go forward. And I understand it hurts so much and it's hard to go forward. These are times when you go in and there's a gratitude for the love that you made. See, just because you're not making new love with someone does not mean that there wasn't love there and that there isn't still love for you. Just because you stop making new love, I'm going to close this off because someone is FaceTiming me. Someone was FaceTiming me and I just ended it on the other screen. So sorry if I disappeared on you guys on the other screen. Someone was FaceTiming me. I use two screens when I do this and I set them in front of each other so that I can do as much as I can to give real eye-to-eye contact. It's not the easiest system, but it's working for now. So greetings. Hello, Ivy. So yes, we come into these places where our love relationships have become challenged, have become spaces where we have uncertainty. In fact, to go through, it feels pain-filled. I get it. This is when the love comes in for me. This is when I bring it back in and I connect back in with self and source, and I realize that love is still there, even if it's not coming from where I want it to come from. Because see, many ways we try to control love. You can't control love. You just can't. And although we have experiences with it, we have to realize that our nature, our soul nature, is to find our way back to unconditional love. And yeah, that's hard in a world where pain is real. Excuse me. Yes, dear. I am fine. You just,
I'm gonna grab one at the top.
Okay, make sure you give it to him. All right. See you, baby. My child just came in the room. I had to stop and pause and do mama stuff. So the story of love is that many of us have things that separate us from being able to experience the kind of love we desire. That thing sometimes is other people, sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's beliefs. But the love is still there. Love is still there. And regardless of whether or not we have relationship pains that we have not worked through, that we're working to work through, whether or not we've gone on that journey to sort ourselves out, we can't expect from others what we don't already have within ourselves. So when we, within ourselves, can connect into the energy of I am love. And I know there are going to be some people out there who absolutely reject this. I'm not, what is she talking about? I got everything else she's been talking about, but this love thing, what is she talking about? It's okay. I'm talking about love, divine love, unconditional love, the love that comes forth from the Creator for us. That we can never be outside of love even when we are outside of right relationship. We can be outside of right relationship. What did you say? Can I turn the sound up? Thank you for letting me know. Went the other way. I just turned the volume up. The volume's up on everything, so I will make sure I speak up. We are never outside of love. We just aren't. Even when we're outside of right relationship with love. It's sort of like it's right there for you. You just have to hit the mark. How do we hit the mark? We learn, we practice. Sometimes we get it and we get a memory of a feeling. Oh, that love, I hit it. That feels good. And then you come outside of it again. You go back into the loop. You go back into the infinity loop of 8. Change. And as we go back into the infinity loop of 8, change, we again discover, I'm feeling out of love. I'm feeling out of connection. I'm feeling out of something. How do I get back? Oh, there it is again. And we reconnect in with love. And if you can remember that feeling of love, what it feels like to experience it and to give love, if you can remember that frequency, you can access it. You can become the creator of sacred and divine love. Wherever you go, however you go, you can do this. Now, I'm going to share with you something different today. I was led to get this book of Messengers. This is one of my favorite books, favorite tools, oracles. I have many oracles. I love the messages of wisdom that come through different sources. And if they resonate with me, they somehow or another find their way into my rotation. And so this rotation talks about, this deck is called the Wisdom Keepers. What we have to understand is each of us are carrying medicine. We're carrying a gift for the world, but we have to find out what it is. And everyone's circumstances that are going to grow their gift are going to be unique to them. You're going to find out what your gifts are. You're going to find out what happens, how it shows up through you. That's been my journey. I found out that I am love. And I continue to ask the Creator to remove from me all things that would keep me from experiencing love. So I brought that deck out, and I'm going to tell you why. The way that this deck is put together, it shows faces. It shows faces. Different faces. And in each face, the person carries wisdom because of their story. Each face carries wisdom in their story. And so as we recognize each face in its uniqueness, we begin to understand that each person has a story. And when we can lean into our understanding of the story of the other, it may help us to understand and expand our story of ourself and humanity. And so we can begin making peace with things that we thought we would never make peace with. We can see the eyes of what has come through the wisdom journey. Here's you. When you look at yourself, that's the mirror card. When we go in through phases, we begin to see that we are all so much in relationship with each other and working to witness and find our own way to love. So I brought these cards out, and I'm going to use these cards for the next section and as well as for the session on Monday. But today, to speak about love, we are either in relationship with love or not. We are either in relationship with love or not. And that is okay, because love is still all around us, weaving a tapestry of energy that we can never see. But we can experience it, we can trust it, we can feel it, we can think about it. This is how we begin controlling our elements: our air, our thoughts, our fire, our spirit, our emotions, our water, our earth, our demonstrations, the real world all around us. We are all operating through those things, and each thing has different lessons, as wide and diverse as the humanity that we are. including the beings that we are, which bring us into the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom. All of them are complex ways in which love is still yearning to bring itself into being. So if you are one who struggles with love, the absence of it, or a deep, deep yearning for it, I want you to feel my heart now. Look in my eyes and know that I am sending deep, deep love to you. I need you to awaken to who you are as love, to find how you can become more comfortable with that frequency, with that energy, who you are as love. We don't know yet. You might know. And if the way that you've been loved has been harmful, there may be some ways to consider that. I don't know. I don't ever offer to know all the things. I know enough to know that you can find out, though. And we find out and help each other when we are vulnerable in sharing our stories. So this is the card that came up for me today. Her medicine is resourcefulness. And she has with her, there's a medicine wheel above her head and an owl. I don't know, I'll bring this closer in so you can see her face. The strength of her lips, the wisdom on her forehead. I hope that you can see her image. I'm going to tell you her story as a part of our session today. We are all learning from each other's vulnerability and each other's path. We even learn from each other's pain. We learn from our suffering. We learn from it all. It's all a lesson. I'm just choosing to go up the levels of heaven now. I've journeyed through the levels of hell and found at the bottom that there was just love. At the bottom of it all, there was just love again. So now I'm journeying the other way. I'm journeying up from earth into as high as I can get to love. And the only reasons why I go down are to pull out those things that are in hell that keep me from experiencing love. And all they do is access me back open again to love from my root and send me even higher in what I experience and love above. This is real work, brothers and sisters. This is real work, but it's such fulfilling work to reconnect into our divine nature of love, to know that we are love. We earlier on, in one of the early days, we talked about being deserving of love. But again, that is from the outside in. That's the outside in. I am deserving of love. Give me love. Give me love. But as we move in maturity, as we grow in maturity, we move to a place of understanding that we don't need another to give us who we are. We have to go and fill up our cup, though. Fill up our vessel. And as we begin to stand in love, all those other emotions can land behind us. They can stand behind us. Our experiences can stand behind us, and we become the magician who knows how to move to deal with the scenarios and the situations at hand. So let me read a little bit from our book, this book today, and her story of resourcefulness. I'm interested to see what she has to say to us. So in the story of resourcefulness, if we don't know how to handle emotional states with equanimity, integrity, and clarity, we never fully enter adulthood, but remain at some level children. When we move in the gift of resourcefulness, we begin to expose, or it's because we have become aware of the shadow, which is inadequacy. And the siddhi, the medicine, is wisdom. So her wisdom story is, my father was an idealistic young man who was willing to sacrifice his life for our country. He admired the bravery, cooperation, and loyalty he experienced during the war almost as much as he hated the way he and his fellow soldiers were received after it ended. He felt dropped and forgotten by the very people for whom he'd given everything, and manipulated by the government he had served with such devotion. By the time I was halfway through elementary, he was a bitter, paranoid, and unscrupulous man. When he wasn't obsessing over conspiracy theories and spying on the government, he was unleashing his anger at me, constantly criticizing me for being undisciplined and unattractive. My mother was consumed with making ends meet, running the household, and keeping up appearances. All she wanted was for me to do well in school and look good so that the neighbors wouldn't notice what was happening behind closed doors. As my sense of unworthiness grew, I found myself glued to the television, watching soap operas filled with beautiful people and commercials that flaunted perfect women who were gorgeous, successful, and seductive all at once. In comparison, I felt unbearably bland. As I entered puberty, the pressure I felt to look, act, perform well increased. I became obsessed with my appearance, grades, and getting into the best college. I couldn't sleep before tests. Desperate to fill the void in my belly and calm my nervous system, I binged and purged with food. It wasn't until I was in high school, thanks to a wonderful English teacher who encouraged me to write about my most private pain, that I came to understand how my life had been hijacked by a deep sense of inadequacy. My teacher didn't see my suffering. She saw a depth, sensitivity, and wisdom in me I didn't even know was there. She kept pulling it out of me. I have her to thank for the way my life unfolded as I blossomed into a young woman, came to trust my inner knowing, and fell in love with earth-based spirituality. Today I sleep peacefully and have the great honor of facilitating emotionally and spiritually healing rites of passage for 7 to 14-year-olds. Every day I am inspired and amazed by the inner resources of these kids. So this card speaks to me to tell you, to remind you that you have everything in you to get you to who it is you need to be. Sometimes we need activation points, people, places, things, resources that will trigger our healing, that become the catalyst for our accessing our love of self, our appreciation of self, our acceptance of ourselves. Yes, our parents have been who they are. Our loved ones, the people who have been in relationships with us, who have hurt us. Yes, it is true, and it has been painful. And we must still find the resources to settle those energies and move on into an even deeper, greater, compassionately filled place of love. Not easy work. Necessary though. Necessary for our wholeness as a people. And it's okay if you don't get it right the first time, right? I've talked about that. We just keep going around and around and around. We'll go through it again. I love you all so much. I love you all so much, those who have chosen to stay with me and hear these messages and hear my sound healing and just feel where my heart is coming from to speak and share in this way with you. I'm a student. I've studied a lot of things, and I continue to study and continue to work to learn. I continue to ask Spirit to remove from me all barriers that keep me from accessing love and being love, so that I am love and I love. So that I am love and I know that I love. And it has paid off for me in moving into a right relationship with love, with self, with compassion, with trust, with safety, with harmony, with understanding that there are people who are going through their own thing. Her father was going through his own journey. It impacted her, but it also revealed for her a great, great, great magic and medicine that she is now able to share with other young people. Maybe she didn't want that lesson, but maybe it's the lesson she came to learn. We don't know. I just know that that's above my pay grade, right? I don't know. I'm not going to be like, I know the mind of God. No, I do not. I know that patterns are real. And we're all wanting to find our way back to ourselves. Some are comfortable where they are, and that's fine. We can sit in the field in the pasture as long as we like to. Eventually, though, we may have to come home. We have to come back to love. You can resist it as long as you want to. You'll still have to come back to love. Resist it as long as you want to. Inside of you, the medicine, inside of you, the wisdom, inside of you, the courage, inside of you, the ability, inside of you, the light, inside of you, the truth, inside of you. It's all in you. Spiritual growth, being your higher self. So let's see how this text is from Sanahara Ama. We've been using this every time, so we got to keep that rhythm going. I'm going to see what message from this text might support the idea of inner resources. And there's more in that. I didn't read you your task and assignments. Like most of my cards give me a task and an assignment. So I'll share that with you at the end. For those who stick around to the end, I'll tell you, the medicine for you in hearing that card. All right. So, and if you are interested in the card deck, it is the Wisdom Keepers. And it's all faces. It's 64 Faces of Awakening by Dr. Rosie Aronson. So, let's pull up our book and see what comes through before we go into our sound healing. Okay. So, we've been given another meditation. And this meditation is called Calming Your Emotions. Sometimes I believe this is showing up because there are those moments where whatever we're experiencing gets really high, hot, unbearable. We're drowning. We're locked in stone. We are burning up. We've disintegrated into the air. We can't hold a thought. Everything just keeps moving. Wherever we are in our emotional state, this is speaking to us about how to calm our emotions. When you calm yourself, that stillness point, which is why it's a practice. Accessing stillness, I've been following the YouTube messages and videos of Master Co, Anchoring the Light. It may be beyond what some of you want to do, but I will tell you, Master Co, Anchoring the Light, subscribe. It's a regimented practice. By 3 times a week, twice a day, we do a meditation. And it's pretty intense. It's a pranic meditation. So anyway, just sharing that. Here's this meditation though. The purpose of this meditation is to attune your emotions with the pure, high, fine feeling tones that exist in the higher dimensions. So what you're going to do, I'm going to actually read this while I play the bowls. And we're going to do it as a meditation. So I'm going to invite you to get yourself comfortable and do some initial work to help you access your higher self. In order to access your higher self, with your left hand, I want you to touch your heart. And with your right hand, I want you to touch your crown. Why? Because we go up our crown. We want to access and tell our heart, wake up, heart. Tell our crown, wake up. Because there's a channel that goes up. This is how we go to our higher self. I know it sounds crazy, and it's true. So, at least for me, that's how I do. All right, brothers and sisters. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time I invite you to begin to bring your energy and attention to your heart. And as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, I invite you at this time to begin to breathe into your heart and out through your crown. Imagine the air coming in through your heart. Imagine your exhale going out through your crown. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in through your heart and out through your crown, keep your awareness at your crown. And as you connect in with your crown, begin to connect in with light that is above you. Feel that light. It may come to you as just a dot. It may come to you as a flame. It may come to you as a torch. It may come to you as a glowing orb. Just see the light above you and connect in to the light that is above you. We will use our breath to influence our emotions. Continue breathing deeply, exhaling so that you push out even more air than normal. As you inhale, straighten your spine. Adjust the back of your neck and head so that your energy can continue to flow up your spine and out through the top of your head. Imagine you are in a cocoon of light and you are floating upward, upward, upward into the higher dimensions. You are floating upward, upward into the higher dimensions. In these dimensions, there are actual places where beautiful energy tones, notes of pure emotions emit their guiding vibrations. Each place emits a different vibration of pure quality. Each place emits a different vibration of pure quality. Feel love. Feel compassion. Feel courage. Feel courage. Harmony. Feel Feel joy, feel joy, 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 joy. In this cocoon of light, there are places with vibrations for every beautiful feeling you can imagine. Imagine vibrations like tuning forks going directly through your cells, You are being provided the reference tone to make these higher vibrations available to you and all beings through you. You are being provided the reference tone to make these higher vibrations available to you and all beings, the earth, the stars, the planets. What feeling do you need? Is it confidence? Is it love? Is it courage? What would benefit your growth right now? Right now. Has this thought of its quality, bring it in, just being emitted from this place produce resonance in your emotions. Take it as your own. Take it as your own. Feel yourself changing at the vibrational level. You were given a vision of yourself into the future. Be the demonstration of this quality or feeling in this future situation, this vibration, this pure quality pour through you as and when you are ready, come back, come back, come back into this place, into yourself. Come back into this space. We welcome you, we need you. We welcome you, we need you. I welcome you. I need if you still have a lot of energy moving through, I invite you to send energy from your fingertips, bring energy from your heart to your loved ones, to different situations, scenarios, people, places, things, to your job, to our earth, to your tree, to the animals, to the children, to the elders, to our lawmakers, to each and every being on this earth, everyone, no exceptions, to send out any love, any additional love that is coming through you that you may feel from this meditation. I invite you to release that energy onto our earth, into your life, into your own self, around you, with all those who you care about and all those who you may not even know, no exceptions. And so it is. So grateful for you all joining me in what was spirit-guided, higher energy self-guided meditation to forming relationship with our emotions and how we can access love. We have 2 more days on this journey of wholeness. I have been considering how to move forward in continuation with the meditations. This meditation will go online. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can see them all my meditations are going to go up so that you can access them. And maybe, it can feed you on another day, another time, another moment. I'm just grateful to you all. And I did promise anyone who stayed to the end that I would tell you more about this particular wisdom keeper. So I sat her down. I'm going to see where I put it. Oh, it's right here in the book. Ha ha. So I love this card. If you look at the back, it's in the 64s too. Anyone who knows about the synchronicity of 64, it's in a lot of our spiritual systems. A lot of them have 64. So this is the dragonfly and the key. And here is a card. Again, the card being resourcefulness. So we're going to now read the message of the gift to us. Do not hide from the well of darkness within you, for there is light and boundless riches at the bottom of that well. You can find elegant solutions to all of life's challenges and just the right support when you need it most. But first, you must reassure your body that it is safe, even when you don't have all of the answers. That the parent in you love and hold the child within, even in the presence of fear. Over time, you will spontaneously dive into the void and discover more warmth there than you ever expected. Trust your inner knowing, and the people around you will start dipping into your well and drawing out more resourcefulness and wisdom than you realized you had. You are far more adequate than you can possibly imagine. So, that is the wisdom from this Wisdom Keeper Oracle. There are a couple questions for contemplation. Do y'all want that too? I'll give it all to you and you can choose later. What is your relationship to fear? Do you tend to repress and avoid your fear? Or do you tend to act it out or react to it? Where do you feel most inadequate? How does not feeling good enough impact your thoughts, feelings, and actions? Remember, I just spoke to you about thoughts, air, feelings, water, actions, fire. Do people tend to feel intimidated or inadequate around you? Who in your life has truly seen your wisdom and pulled it out? Think of a time you experienced or expressed your wisdom. Write down 10 of your greatest inner resources and notice the feelings and thoughts that arise as you do this. So, I hope that these messages were beneficial to you and that this message, this work, this healing, this meditation serve you as love. I am love. You are love. We love. That is our divine birthright. We love. We come in expressing that. How much can we stick to it? Let's get sticky with it. Anyway, I'm being silly. All right, beautiful people. I love y'all so much. Share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you feel moved, you are most welcome to offer donations. It supports me. And right now I'm in classes. I'm taking more classes. I'm learning from more teachers. Some of you. Learning from teachers, investing in art. It's helping me. So your donations help support that. I appreciate you all very, 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 very much. Namaste. The divine in me greets the divine in you. Go forth in light, love, hope, resiliency. Let us see who you are. We love you. I love you. We need you. I need you.